Nicaragua's former revolutionary leaders have led a campaign of harassment and persecution against communities opposing the construction of a controversial canal that threatens the homes and livelihoods of tens of thousands of people, according to Amnesty International. Plans to construct a $50 billion shipping canal 175 miles long and 500 yards wide have provoked a mix of anger, fear and defiance not witnessed since the civil war between the Sandinista government and U.S.-backed Contra rebels ended in 1988. Land of opportunity and fear, a long route of Nicaragua's giant new canal. Read more. Critics say legislation to enable the project was expedited without legitimate consultation, environmental studies or political debate. The murky legal framework which led to the canal concession violates a catalog of national and international human rights standards. According to Amnesty's new report, Nicaragua's constitution was rewritten in an attempt to put the concession beyond legal challenge. President Daniel Ortega, a former Sandinista leader, has been accused of surrendering Nicaraguan sovereignty as the 100-year canal concession grants Chinese telecommunications magnate Wang Jing and his Hong Kong Nicaragua Canal Development Investment (HKND) control over large parts of the country. The 2013 canal law also green-lighted environmentally harmful infrastructure projects including ports, free trade zones and a railroad. Ortega, 71, has described the canal as Phase 2 of the Nicaraguan Revolution, dismissing critics as anti-revolutionary and anti-development. Nicaragua is one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere. Bianca Jagger, the Nicaraguan former model-turned-human rights activist, told The Guardian, Daniel Ortega seems determined to go ahead with a nefarious mega-project, but the canal is not financially viable. It is an insane project that would cause harm to the people of Nicaragua, irreparable damage to our water sources, to our rainforests, to our environment. If allowed to go ahead, it will be an environmental crime. The legal framework benefits only the interests of the concession holder and investors at the expense of the community's human rights. If built as build, the canal would bisect Lake Nicaragua, Central America's largest lake, and forcibly displace an estimated 120,000 people, including Rama and Creole communities from protected indigenous territories on the Caribbean coast. It would be the world's biggest civil engineering and construction project, dwarfing the Panama Canal, and would navigate the country's most important freshwater reserve and destroy protected natural spaces home to 22 endangered species. Some communities living in the affected areas found out about the canal when, without warning, foreigners turned up escorted by police and military patrols to measure their lands, according to Amnesty.